How has Dark Reign, writing Dark Avengers, getting in the mindset you have to get for that, has that affected at all how you write New Avengers, how you write the hero book?
Well, absolutely. This was the original pitch, was about how it affected New Avengers as my example. It's everybody in New Avengers has to feel what it feels like to be Spider-Man. And, Peter Parker's a very specific kind of guy who can handle that kind of underdog, even when you win, you lose mentality. Clint Barton, Luke Cage, these guys may not be able to handle that at all. And writing that, and even Spider-Man going, see, you don't like this because you're losing, and and writing that, and see how far some of these other characters will go when they're thrown up against the wall like this is literally the best stuff to write. It's so much fun.
Now, it was almost like a quiet shift a few issues back, but leadership has shifted of the team from Luke Cage over to Ronan, Clint Barton. Where did that decision come from on your part?
Well, it's funny. I never saw Luke as the leader of the book, and you saw it, and a lot of my friends saw it, and like my message board would always refer to Luke as the leader of the team, and I go, that's so funny, because they never had that sit around the table and decide who's the leader, and I go, and then it made me think, oh yeah, I've never actually written that scene where they sit around the Justice Society table and they talk about it, and I did. I wanted to write that. Well, who's team leader? Luke. He goes, I'm not. Who said I'm team leader? I didn't say. So I did. I did do that.
How are the new members fitting in for you? And that would be, Captain America, Miss Marvel, the real Spider-Woman, and even Mockingbird.
Now that Bucky Cap is a lot of fun to write because he's wearing the costume. He's giving them a home, but they don't know him at all. They don't know him, and he doesn't know what it's like to be an Avenger. But he really wants to do that. That's the spirit of Captain America. Captain America was an Avenger. It's as important to Cap as World War II was, that his status as Avenger. So he's trying it, and they're sometimes having a hard time relating to him past the costume. And even as I go on, you'll hear a lot of jokes about like Spider-Man calling him Bucky Cap. Stop calling me Bucky Cap, things like that. And also, Ed gave me this one, but he's a military man. Everything's neat and clean, and there's poopy baby diapers and Wolverine scratching himself and all kinds of gross stuff going on in the house too. So he's kind of the Felix Unger of the team too, which is a lot of fun.
After the Sorcerer Supreme arc is wrapping up, you've got Stuart Immonen joining you from Ultimate Spider-Man, and you guys, what are you guys doing for your first arc with him on as artist?
This is very cool. First we're gonna there's a nice little status quo shift after the new Sorcerer Supreme comes on. So and what will happen is, Clint Barton had put it out to the media about Norman. Norman will respond in issue 5 of Dark Avengers, and then Clint gets to see the response, and the response is pretty bad. So for Clint, and so that we'll be dealing with that, and plus in issue 50 of New Avengers, Miss Marvel had a power drainer that she stole from Tony Stark. We see what happened to that power drainer after that fight was over, and one of the Hood's guys get it and reinvents it and goes after the New Avengers with it. So it's pretty cool, and not everyone's walking away from that one.
Marvel, your universe.